he is. We can see him, and we see a beautiful Iowa Hawkeyes backdrop as well. Connor, welcome on the show. You are live on the Field of 68 After Dark, my friend. Thanks for being here. Congrats on the win. How's it feel?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being
Feels
here, my
good.
man.
I'm freaking tired, man. I'm run down. That was a hard fought game.
Yeah, it looked like it. It
Oh
looked
yeah.
like it. I said earlier in the show, I really thought you flipped that game with your intensity, with your competitiveness, with your toughness. I mean, you guys were getting, man, it was embarrassing early. It was embarrassing. You're down 21, and with what had happened over the last 3 games, Connor, were you almost like enough is enough?
I wouldn't. I mean, to a certain extent, yes, but like I don't think. I mean, obviously a brutal start. Like anytime you get down 26-4, it's pretty bad. But like there was never like a quit, and it was kind of like last game. Like I don't even know how to explain. So I got to watch the film. But I think it's like you said. Like it was energy. It was lack of awareness. Like we were a step late on everything. First, it starts first play of the game. I'm hugging Cop too close, and I'm a step late on getting over on Trace, and he gets an M1. Like that's a brutal start. That's on me. That's like a bet, and then it just spiraled from there. And then we were like a step late. But then like if switch flipped and we were the aggressor, 100% from that point on. Like we were the aggressor, and it's that simple. We played harder, and they didn't know what to do against the zone. Like their coaching staff was looking. They had no idea. Like I don't know if they ever seen it before.
Let me ask you this. It seems like you guys, it took you a second. Poor Fran, like he has to go berserk on the sidelines on you guys. You're going to give him an aneurysm. Like then it seems like after that, you guys really get going. That along with what you say, I mean, Pops brings the heat. That helped turn the energy as well, right?
No, 100%. I mean, but like we were screwing up. Like we were calling defenses, and like we weren't like we were supposed to be pressing and then not pressing, and we were off on that. Like we were just weren't locked in. And that's on me, like honestly, because they were making the calls, and then I mean that's got to be me, like as the as the leader, as the captain, I got to be the one relaying that. And honestly, even like I would say, even I was a little taken aback by like kind of what was going on. Like it was, I mean, they're hitting even like they were hitting some contested ones too. Like Tamar Bates hit one in Chris's face. Hood Shafino makes one from 40 feet, like an absolute bomb. Like I'm just like, what is going on here? So, so you guys kind of gotta. I mean, we took that punch. It was a hell of a punch. Almost got us, but it didn't.
Connor, I was out to see you guys in Iowa City just a couple weeks ago for the Wisconsin game. And back and forth game. Honestly, there was a point in this one kind of gave me flashbacks. Like, they had a little bit of a lead. You guys made a run. You came back. I think in this game tonight, there was about 4 minutes left, and Indiana had grabbed it back. They had control, 6-point game.
Yeah,
and from there, yep. And you guys just executed down the stretch away tonight that I didn't see a couple of weeks ago. What gave you success down the stretch, final 4 minutes that let you pull away?
Well, I mean, obviously making shots helps, making free throws helps. Having Chris like that's big. But like we got to the foul line, I think we were a little bit more aggressive. We didn't wait like against Wisconsin. We just didn't play fast. Like we kind of played their game, like their pace, their speed. And tonight, like we were getting going. Like even I mean, we got down 84-78. We're pushing it. Like, I think I got the rip through foul because he was up on me. I make 2, and then we get a stop and we're pushing it, I'm pretty sure. And I think Chris got fouled, or maybe Phillip got fouled in the rebound. I can't remember exactly, but I just feel like we were more aggressive, and that just like carried over to defense also. And then our offensive game as well. Like we didn't play like we're gonna walk it up and try to play a bully ball style. We were going the whole game. We were going. We were playing to win. We weren't playing like tentative at all. And that's how we are. I mean, that's how we should be.
Is this the game that gets you guys back on the right track in the Big Ten after going and losing at Nebraska, losing at Penn State? You guys needed to rally together, right? That second half, it seemed like you guys started to come together a lot more. Is this kind of what this Hawkeye team needed moving forward in conference?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like none of us knew, like we're not that bad. Like we're a good team. It's not like we were like thinking the season's over because like we lose. I mean, stunk at Nebraska, missed a million shots. We watched the film back. We got a lot of open shots, missed them all, like brutal. At Penn State, another brutal first half. But like that second half comeback, I really like. I felt like we were a little bit back in terms of our swag. And then I feel like we really kind of got it back tonight. I mean, but like it's no nights off. Like in the league, like you go to Rutgers now, who just beat Purdue on the road. I'm pretty sure they destroyed Maryland tonight. So I mean, it's not like it gets any easier. But like we've had some good competitions up at the rack. It's obviously tough to win there, but we're excited for that. But like I said, like we knew like we're not a bottom team in the league. We're just not. And I don't like nobody picked us as that. Nobody.
I picked you to win the damn league.
Yeah, like we're not like we're good, and we know we're good. I like we got the injury bug a little bit early. Like I really think we can rally, and we're gonna be all right.
Hey man,
Got 3 home games coming up too after that.
Hey, yesterday was really tough, I'm sure, for you. It was tough for me. You know what I think of your brother. You know what I think of you. You know what I think of your brother. And when the news came out and I saw it, part of me was so sad reading the statement. And then I texted with your brother a little bit. Part of me was so proud of your brother for being, so transparent about what he was going through, because it's so difficult. And your brother's gone through, he's gone through tougher things in his life. We know that, beating cancer. What's it been like for you as his older brother to watch Patrick have to step away from his team because of anxiety and mental health issues that he's dealing with?
No, I really just want to be there for him in every way, because I live with him. Like I see what everybody else doesn't see, right? Like I'm with him all the time. Like I see him when he was getting sick on game, like every game, like every time we had a game, he would be really down. Like it would just, I could just tell it was really wearing on him. And I was proud of him. And he made a comment to me, like he said to me, he was like, I just feel like I have to play. Like I've had, and I was like, hold on, bro. Like you do not have to do anything. Like I'll play 40. Like if we need to, like I got your back. Like you need to do what is right for you. If your health is taking such an effect because you're not enjoying this basketball thing, like there are more important things than what we're doing here at the end of the day. It's really like you got to have a bigger picture. And so I just tried to talk to him through it and really just be there for him. Like if he's up sitting alone on the couch or something watching TV, I'll go talk to him. Like it never ends, right? Like we're always, I'm just trying to be there for him in every way that I can, ultimately. And I think that his spirits have been pretty good, and the outreach has been amazing.
Hey, tell him I love him.
I will.
Please
I
tell him I
appreciate
love
it. Yeah,
him.
no, I
Get
will.
better, and that's the most important thing, man. Like is even seeing him on the bench made me smile that he was out there, that he wasn't sitting back in his room. And I assume it gave you some motivation too, watching him over on the bench at points in the game.
Yeah, no, it did. And I got a little emotional in the locker room after the game because he sits right next to me in the film room. So I was a little, I was feeling it a little with him right next to me. For
Tears?
sure.
Did we see McCaffery tears?
I can cry a little bit.
All right.
I'm not like,
Oh boy. Yeah, I echo everything that Jeff said. I think everybody that's a college basketball fan truly does. The way this has been handled, and for you guys to go out and get the emotional win in light of that tonight, super impressive. Everyone was happy to see it. I got one final question for you. And anybody that watched this game probably wants us to ask this question. What happened at the end of the game? Looked like we had a little skirmish, a little separation between the benches there. What did you see from your side?
Are you talking about like in the handshake line or like with
before the handshake line? Before there was like a minute left, I think, and it kind of looked like Fran was going at the Indiana bench a little bit. We couldn't really see from TV though.
Well, I heard them like, so it was a timeout, and I was like, but I was back like on the baseline, and I heard them talking crazy like about my dad. Like they were talking shit. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
You're good, man. Let it rock.
They were talking like wild about, like yelling, screaming about my dad, like about how he's been on him. And I'm hearing Woodson curse out the refs all game, like the same thing. So it like, and I hear the assistant talking to the ref, and I'm walking around and he's talking. So then I just look at him and I'm just like staring, and I didn't say a word. And then he was like, he can't look at me. He can't look. So then I go back to the bench, and then the coach was still complaining to the ref. So then my dad goes over there and is like, what's this dude complaining about? And then I see their whole bench get up, and the coach like was like, you better back your ass up, like to my dad. And I was like, who are you? Like, who are you talking to? Like, so I go back over there, and I go over there, and I'm like, and then their whole bench was up, and we were all up, and they grabbed me because I couldn't foul out, obviously, but it was just some intense.
Cooler heads prevailed there.
Hey, what do you think when you see your dad go to, like, you know, FranCon 10, I think they call it, or whatever they call it? What do you think as his son? Like, do you feel like sometimes, hey, I better protect my dad? Because I mean, sometimes the look he gets is, oh my God.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I think he knows, like, he always knows what he's doing. Like, I think he's like, I mean, he's definitely pissed. Like, we were not getting a good whistle at the start of the game at all. Like, it was brutal. Like, the whistle at the start of the game was brutal, and he was pissed about it, like, clearly. But like, there was no, like, I mean, he knew what he was doing the whole time.
Hey, what about when you don't take the garbage out? Does he give you that look?
No, never. He doesn't care about that.
Don't do the dishes. Give me something not on the court that you've done that he'll give you.
If I'm mean to my sister.
Really?
If I'm mean to
hey,
my
that'll
sister,
do it.
which is rare.
Good. I'm glad. Listen, I'm glad. You got to be nice to your sister.
And she's over here, so she hears me.
All right, good.
I feel like anybody who's interviewed Connor McCaffery is shocked by this. I feel like no one would expect you, of all people, to be mean to your sister, man.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm not. She's looking at me funny. But I'm
all right,
not.
listen,
Maybe
we're going to let you get out. Heck of a win. Like I said, tell your brother that everybody's behind him. Everybody I've talked to is behind him. And if he needs anything, I texted him this, but you tell him he needs anything from anybody affiliated with us, specifically me, please, we'll do whatever. If he needs to, you know, anything, he needs a guest appearance to kind of, you know, spend some time, we're bringing him on.
Got it, for sure.
Right.
I'll let him know.
All right.
Hell of
a win.
Yeah.
Thanks, Connor. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.